Hi, welcome to Geek News Live, episode 29. Almost at 30, guys. Jason won't be able to make it tonight, but I've got Max, Dan, and Mike with me tonight. And everyone's excited to join in and begin the conversations. So, what was an interesting topic that dropped this yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. Was Marvel is going to ban smoking in their movies. So, Dan, you want to tackle this one first?
I mean, I thought you couldn't put a whole lot of smoking in any movies anyway. So it doesn't really, I mean, I don't care. Like, very few guys actually, have that as a character trait. Um, did does Samuel L. Jackson have to do that? Max? No? Okay.
The smoking, yeah, that's good for Marvel. Like that's it's a big old pat on the back situation. Hey, look at us, look how good we are. Like no one's gonna be smoking because yeah, you remember that scene in Cap 2 where Captain America, Black Widow, and the Falcon are standing around. They're all fucking chiefing on cigarettes, and then Samuel L. Jackson shows up with the Maria Hill chick, and they both start like they're smoking cigars, and then so no one ever smokes in any of these movies, like except for maybe Tony Stark and Iron Man when he was drinking. I mean, who cares?
Carry a cigar now, or are they just like chucking it all?
Who cares? Who
I
cares?
mean,
unless it's like. Unless it's one of those effects where in an X-Men when Pyro like lights up the dude's cigarette, like you don't really need anyone to smoke a cigarette. Like, who cares? Whatever. Good job, Marvel. You guys are taking a stand against cigarettes. Good on you. You're good people. Like everyone knows that you're good people now.
Nice, Max. I like it. Mike?
They just took away my reason for seeing those movies. Oh my god. I think the only movie where someone was actually smoking was William Hurt as Thunderbolt Ross in The Incredible Hulk, and he had a cigar. In most of the scenes, he was just chowing down a cigar. But then they put it like an advisory at the end of the movie, I think, saying like we don't endorse, or whatever. It's saying like just because it's portrayed here, it's not meant as an endorsement for that or whatever. But I think that's the only instance. Like, yeah, ultimately, smoking really isn't a big factor when it comes to the movies, unless that's Ultron's ultimate plan is to give everyone lung cancer. then it's not really going to factor in heavily for me. But,
spoilers!
Yeah, sorry.
Spoilers. Heard it.
Gave it away there. Sorry. But, yeah, I can't really think of anyone outside of maybe the military folk like Fury or Dum Dum Dugan or whatever who would have a stogie. But the thing is, they've done fine without it because that's not what defines the characters. I mean, Iron Man alcoholism kind of does sort of define that character a wee bit, but they've been playing it pretty well in the movies so far, which is good and bad because I was kind of hoping they would tackle the demon in a bottle story arc a little bit, but not with Disney probably flagshipping it. Probably wasn't going to be a fully realized version of that story. But whatever. Good on you, Disney.
Yeah, thanks, Mike. I mean, that's kind of how I felt. I mean, it seems I don't understand the why behind it, like the timing of it. I mean, I remember back in the 90s when this is a big thing, and for good reason. I mean, you had Joe Camel, which actually did kind of look cool, and oh wow, that's hilarious. But after that, after they banned it, in magazines, they limited in what they could do in movies. They put all this stuff out. I think they even banned commercials back then. Actually, yeah.
You can't get away with it on TV at all.
They banned the race cars because the camel car at least looked cool, but they couldn't do it anymore.
Oh yeah, because of Joe Camel, yeah, specifically. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I guess that's true because it's been going on the last decade or so, or 20 years, even going that far back, because that's when, because NASCAR used to have tobacco as a major endorse her, and then they all disappeared. So
it's really weird stipulations at times. Like I was on set for that Pan Am show a couple of years back. We know with Christy, it was Mad Men except for flight attendants in the '60s. And like we were on a shoot there, and we were shooting the scene, and some of us had prop cigarettes, and so some of us were starting to act as if we were smoking the cigarettes. But then we had PAs come up to us and be like, "You can't be seen on camera actually inhaling or looking like you're inhaling. You just hold them in your hands." I'm like, that's weird. That's a weird kind of standard, but okay, fine. So you just see a bunch of people walking around a marketplace like this the whole time with a cigarette, just being like.
Hey, that's a cool cigarette you got there. Yeah, you like it.
Encourage kids not to smoke, but let them burn their own fingers off by just holding lit cigarettes.
I'm just holding my friend's smoke over here. I don't know where he went.
No, man, it's fucking like the last person to fucking let go wins a prize.
You poop last.
Oh yeah. So I mean, it's definitely it's an interesting timing of it all, and I agree actually because I had to actually think about that. I was like, when was the last time I remember a character smoking in a Marvel movie? And pretty much the second one they ever released.
Oh, yeah. J. Jonah Jameson.
It's before they went on all Disney.
Yeah.
Doesn't Wolverine smoke, or I can't remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's
that's X-Men, dude.
Yeah, he's
That's
not.
not Marvel.
Yeah.
Well, true. Marvel, not Marvel Studios. Yeah. So it's definitely an interesting topic. You have to let us know what you feel about that, if you care, if it matters. All right, next topic. Kevin Smith has confirmed Mallrats 2 and Clerks 3 starts filming in May. Who's excited and who's ready to go? Max?
I'm a huge fan of the VSQ universe. Yeah, no, that's good. I'm glad. Glad to see a Mallrats 2 finally. Mallrats is probably one of my favorite. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's like top 1 or 2 Kevin Smith movies. I just really like it. It came at the right time. It's a stupid movie, but I thought everyone was good in it. Michael Rooker is in there. He was great. Stan Lee had a great speech in that one. I mean, come on, it had everything you need. Jason Lee's in there, kicking all kinds of ass all over the place. Jay and Silent Bob doing all their crazy stuff. I know, it's great. It's great. Love it. I can't wait to see what they do. I heard he's going to do it like Die Hard in the mall. So I can't wait. That's going to be awesome. And Clerks 3, why not? Clerks 2 is funny. We'll see what he can do it a third time. I mean, no one's perfect, but why not? Why not?
Dan?
I'm going to go with yes, please. Clerks 2 made me cry laughing, and Mallrats is my favorite Kevin Smith movie. So, you forgot that dude with the painting, Max. I love that. It's a sailboat.
Nice. Yeah.
Oh,
go ahead, Dan.
yeah. I mean, I can't wait to see those now. I'll watch them probably on release weekend.
Very nice. Yeah, I'm definitely excited. I'm probably not as big into the Kevin Smith universe, but I've always enjoyed all of his movies. Well, I won't go all of his movies, but more the Clerks Mallrats universe has always been fun. I love Jay and Silent Bob and the dynamic that they create. It's awesome. What's up, Max?
Dogma.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's my other one, tied for first and second. I don't know which I like more.
Mike?
Yeah, I'm a big Kevin Smith fan. Like, yeah, I just basically had a whole what was it? Clerks, Chasing Amy, a couple episodes of Comic Book Man, and so forth. Like, I just had a big like bonanza of that over the weekend while I was doing some graphic design work. But because I was I like it's fun like inking something and then hearing someone say, "Man, you're a tracer." So that was actually fun, and I've always loved his films, even like the new stuff that he's been releasing independently. Like I liked Red State just fine, and I was one of the only people who really enjoyed Tusk. I know a lot of people kind of gave that movie a lot of flack. I'm like, it's a stupid premise, just go with it. And so forth. I mean, yeah. I mean, if it ain't your taste, it ain't your taste. But yeah, like I'm excited to see continuation of Clerks and Mallrats. Like, Mallrats is actually the first of his films I saw. Before I even saw Clerks, I saw Mallrats. So I'm excited. And yeah, you're right. It's gonna be like Die Hard in a mall, I think, is what he said. And also, he's basically doing it to fulfill the promise to the former producer of the first Mallrats, and that cat passed away. So he's kind of, and the guy apparently just always wanted to do a sequel to Mallrats, and after he passed away, Kevin Smith's like, you know what, this is how I can honor him in a way, is by doing this sequel for him, essentially. So kudos. Like, at this point, the guy can do whatever he wants, and he doesn't give a shit about who or what Hollywood thinks of him.
Yeah, that's. I think Mallrats.
What's that?
Would you say Mallrats is like the Office Space of the mall?
Yeah, in a way. Yeah, in a way. It's just so. It's just. I mean, you can tell people are just having fun being in those movies to begin with, and regardless if they're highbrow or just stupid or whatever, it's like at least they're having fun making them. And he's always been about having fun making movies. So I hope he has fun making these movies. And quickly, Joe said, I am going to make sure to light up a giant stogie in my house in front of my kids just to keep it real.
You gotta blow the smoke right in their face, Joe. You can't let them. Can't let up. You gotta get that good and deep into their lungs.
You kids want to watch Spider-Man? We're gonna deal with it.
All right, thanks for the comment, Joe. And feel free. What's that, Max?
Show me your math homework.
Nice. Thanks for the questions. Feel free to, whenever you all are live, send us questions, and we'll try and get to them as we get a chance. All right, so the next topic, which this one, I'm guessing Ted has brought this back to life. Flash Gordon 2 is coming out with Sam Jones. Because, I mean, it was a cult classic. It's been a cult classic for a while, but how many people really knew about it? I still haven't watched it yet. Jason is absolutely really wants to make me watch it. I still haven't had the time yet.
I haven't watched it either. Don't do it.
Oh, we gotta go to Dan here. Dan actually owns a copy.
Of course Dan owns a copy.
I own a copy on Blu-ray. Come on now.
Come on.
Oh, come on. It's just so dumb that it's great. So yeah, if they make a sequel that's as dumb, it might be as great.
And with Sam Jones too. I mean, how old is the guy now? Like,
I don't even know. He's got to be 60s, right?
Yeah. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Flash Gordon too.
I mean, he didn't look that bad in Ted. He didn't look that bad, but that's still pretty crazy.
Yeah, nothing else to add, Mike?
No. I'm guessing he'll probably show up again in Ted 2. Yeah, I can't remember. He's in the trailer for that one too, or what?
I can't remember, honestly.
Oh yeah, he's officiating the wedding of Ted, I think.
Oh yes.
Like
yes,
he's the priest. So yeah, he'll be in it. I mean, I will admit, like the Sam Jones portions of Ted were probably the highlight of the movie for me, especially when the neighbor turned into Ming. He started just yelling out Ming, and like tackled him through the wall and stuff. And like Ted and Mark Wahlberg and him just doing lines of coke and so forth. Like that was actually pretty funny. So I mean, yeah, it's been a while since I've seen Flash Gordon too, so I might have to revisit it now in anticipation.
There you go. Single-handedly, a what would probably come off as just a spoof has brought something back. So definitely, I'd be intrigued by it. We'll see. Maybe with modern. I don't know, though. So my problem is, Dan, I know you have faith that it'll be just as stupid. My worry is, are they going to give it too much money that it won't be able to be stupid?
Well, they gave the original money, and you got, like, you know, flying wing guys with wings that even move. It's kind of, it was like watching, you know, chapel angels just kind of coast across the screen for a while.
That was almost some Puma Man type stuff.
Yeah, yes, there you go.
They already made it. It's called Jupiter Ascending.
Well, that actually had good visuals though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. They went crazy over the top with it, and then it was a complete and total bomb. In 40 years, everyone's going to be like, Jupiter Ascending is the greatest movie of all time.
So I watched that movie. No. Cult.
You're just too close to it, man. Too close to it. You can't see the genius that it is.
Elephant co-pilot. Come on.
Oh man, yeah, that's a whole nother discussion. Such hopes for that movie, but alas. Star Wars Episode 7 has a date now. It's May 2007. Does that, or no, 2017.
Wait a minute.
Didn't we realize that happened?
We missed it?
Yeah, dude. I've been watching this movie for years. Where have you guys been?
Oh. So on that note, now that I effed up the date, does the date get you more excited, or just you want episode 6 to come out first? Or no, that should be episode 7. That should be 8.
Your numbers are killing me, man.
That's what happens when I take notes from a sick person.
Episode 8 is happening in 2017 in May.
Yes.
Is that what you say?
Yes. Because episode 7 happened in December this year, sir.
Yes. Episode 7. You know, when I read this, I messed up the numbers too, because I thought it was saying episode 7 was coming out in May of this year. And I didn't look at any of the dates. I just read exactly what I wanted to.
They moved it up 7 months. That would be very exciting.
Yeah, I was like, yes, this is so awesome. We're going to go watch Star Wars like next month.
All right. So now that I've corrected the news,
Yes.
again, Star Wars Episode 8, Ocho, May 2017. Episode 7 is December 2015. So that way I've cleared all confusion.
But there'll be the spin-off, which is Rogue
One.
One.
December 2016. And then there's 20 new Star Wars books coming out before December 2015. Before December of this year. How
Wait.
excited are you all? Go ahead, Max.
Yeah, are you sure that's before December 2015?
Force Awakens, sir. So yes.
Okay, just checking. Yeah, no, I'm super excited. I can't wait to read some of these books. It's gonna suck because it's gonna cost like $8 a pop. They should do like a bundle package where you like subscribe to Star Wars BookNet and you get all the books for like $10 or some shit, like a monthly subscription or something. I don't know, but yeah, no, it's gonna be good. I can't wait. I hope the books are good. I grew up on Star Wars books. That's what got me into reading. So I'm hoping that they're good because I stopped reading because I kind of outgrew them. I couldn't do it. Star Wars books are like trashy romance novels for nerds.
Nice. Mike?
Well, I'm excited about the spin-off film to begin with because I'm like, oh, okay, so it wasn't going to be a predictable choice like Boba Fett or something, even though you could make a very interesting movie around that character, but cool, let's start fresh with just kind of exploring the world through what we would consider a background character's viewpoint. That sounds like a great idea. Episode 8, I'm actually more jazzed about that than I am for Episode 7, just because it's directed by the Looper guy. So I'm excited to see what he can do with a massive sci-fi franchise. I've seen J.J. Abrams handle massive sci-fi franchises well, and even though I'm sure he'll do a great job, like Rian Johnson is the one I'm more excited about. But books. I haven't read a Star Wars book since, what was that? The Jedi Academy? That was years ago, I think, like 95, 96 or something.
Those are the classics, man. Those are the good ones.
Yeah. and now they don't count for anything anymore.
No.
They're out of canon.
I'm hoping there's some sort of carryover. Like, there's a lot of good characters in there, so I'm hoping some of those guys get their due. But I mean, do you know when the spin-off movie is set in the Star Wars timeline? Is it going like along with these movies? Like, have they said anything about that?
So, what Jason told me was it's supposed to be between 6 and 7.
Okay.
So I don't know exactly what that's going to mean as far as implications, but it could be interesting. And I mean, it kind of makes sense because it's scheduled to come out a year after this one. Kind of still fill in some storylines. It won't necessarily be a prequel, but maybe it'll introduce a character that might pop up in Episode 8. I mean, that sounds like what they're really trying to do is kind of do the much bigger story arc than what they've already done, which is funny because they were the ones that really kind of invented the shared universe. Well, not really shared universe, but
it's along the lines of what Marvel does, where they'll do a movie that you're not quite sure where the placement of it is in the timeline, but then it won't matter because a couple years down the road they're going to have everyone come together in one movie.
Exactly. And and the other piece that was announced with that is the rumor of Felicity Jones being in the supposed bounty hunter flick. She's actually going to be in Rogue One. So who knows? Maybe Rogue One will be some combination. Maybe Rogue One will be focused on the actual pilots. We'll have to see. I mean, not until we get much more information. And Dan, what are your thoughts, sir? Are you excited?
The last trilogy, like, you're gonna have to really impress me with something, and it's not gonna be books.
No, come on.
I mean, I love books, but you know, I just really want a good Star Wars movie. I don't care if you're making 3 or 8 or whatever. If they come out 12 years ago, you're not gonna live that one down, Bill.
Yeah.
But I just really want, you know, a good movie that I can look at and it would be as good as the first trilogy, not the prequel trilogy. And I can say, look, it's Star Wars and it's good again, and I'll be happy. That's all I want.
Well, I mean, it's kind of weird because most of Star Wars is actually like not really that good when you think about it. It's sad. Like, it's such a great idea, but like, you know, they've only really done it justice, you know, like one time. Like, it's it's so like I'm just hoping, yeah, like they hit that, you know, that super sweet mark again. But like, yeah, like the track record for Star Wars is actually kind of interesting how it survived all this time, and it's such a great idea, even though the execution was not that good.
Yeah, well, I also think, though, even though the first trilogy wasn't great, it had its endearing moments, right? It had the fun, it had the silliness. It didn't distract from what made it interesting, right? Which was the space opera, the space action. They didn't focus on politics. They didn't focus on a horrid acting love interest. Or not even triangle, really.
Everything is so soft here.
So I think in that regard, I don't think J.J. Abrams will have that problem.
No, Grandpa, get out of the masturbation chair. Get out of there right now.
Oh, Max.
I'm not cleaning that up.
But the first trilogy, I mean, at least they all had like more cool than not cool in them.
Oh, I definitely agree, and you know, I'm just saying, like, but you know, when you kind of actually break it down piece by piece, it's just really, it's a testament to George Lucas in that, like, the technical stuff that he did was so groundbreaking when he did it that everyone had to look at it.
Yeah.
And the idea that he had was so good that, you know, no one could drop even the idea. Made everything look better when you put the beer goggles of the great, like, Star Wars idea on. And fuck George Lucas in every other respect.
How do you really feel, Max? I'm not sure.
I love him and I hate him.
But yeah. So as far as I'm going, I mean, It's nice that they have a date. So it's nice that they're moving it up to summer. That's kind of cool. To me, what's more interesting, I'm kind of actually in Mike's boat, is I'm kind of interested to see where they're going to go with the spin-off series, especially since this one seems a little bit further flung from what we normally have explored in the Star Wars universe, besides, like main characters. That to me, that's intriguing. As far as the 20 new Star Wars books, we'll see. I mean, I'm in the same boat as you, Max. I mean, to me, I actually haven't read a Star Wars book that I've truly enjoyed since the Timothy Zahn series from, like, what is that, the early 90s? 92 or 93, something like that.
Heir to the Empire or something like that?
Yep. Yeah, that was the first one, and then the trilogy of it. The ones that everyone said should be episodes 7, 8, and 9.
Yeah. The Thrawn trilogy.
Yeah, the Thrawn trilogy, yep. And I love those books. We'll see whether or not there are any other books that are coming out that'll be intriguing enough for me to actually get interested in them. And then, other than that, I mean, I'm excited. I just want it to come out. I'm like you, Dan. Like, I want it to be good. I actually have a lot more faith, though, just from what little bit I've seen, the treatment of it. They're recognizing what made it good. We'll see if they can
watch that pod race again, sir. Just watch that pod race on a loop over and over again, and all your happy feelings will go down into the toilet.
Oh man, you can't do that to yourself. Like you don't got to put yourself in that bad place. You don't got to drag yourself down.
I can't even get it. Yeah, I can't even do pod racing. All I need to do is hear that little kid say "yippee," and then my soul dies.
Are you an angel?
Oh my God!
This is what I'm talking about. Like, man,
I think they live on the planet Yago.
There's so many bad dialogue choices that you could go with in those. I mean,
this is what I'm talking about, man. Like, this is the George Lucas bubbling up, man. We just need to let that go. Like, he's gone. The $4 billion is cut off. It's over there. It's separate. We can move on. Like, none of this dumb shit is gonna happen anymore. I am gonna stand solidly on my faith that none of that dumb fucking shit is going to happen anymore. Because I swear to God, if it does, I will kill myself. If J.J. Abrams shows me one Gungan, I will murder myself.
That's all the second trailer is gonna be. Is like Misa's so happy. Misa's
Oh my God. I will go insane. I will go straight insane.
Harrison Ford's gonna say, "This is so wizard." This is so wizard short round.
Are you an angel?
Can't happen.
Are you an angel?
Yeah.
Got to find those replicants that couldn't be in that movie.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh my.
So bad. Like, how awful would that be if it was just like straight up the same thing? It was the prequels all over again.
I don't want to think about that, sir.
I think I would put Star Wars down. I think that would make me put it down for good.
And that's why I don't care if there's a new release date or something. I just want to see the movie first.
Well, I mean, like, these books should be cool though. I'll give them a read. Hopefully, they're good.
Yeah, I was gonna say this sounded like George Lucas Anonymous.
I can't stop with the George. It just.
But yeah, so we'll see. I have a little bit of faith, but again, we'll see. As far as the books, I'm gonna wait and see if any of the titles, see if they actually, maybe they'll write some ones that are aimed a little bit higher. We'll see. But for the most part, I think they've mostly been 8 to 12. Is that what age range you'd say? About Max?
It's like up to 15.
Oh, okay.
Young adult. Okay, we're not talking about friggin' toddlers over here, man.
Gotta get those Hunger Game numbers, man.
Yeah, dude. Chill out with that mess. This is like sophisticated stuff, like teenage stuff.
He pulled out his lightsaber and it went.
Exactly. Oh man. All right, got no transition for that one, but
And here's Tom with the weather.
Yeah, exactly. And speaking of lightsabers, Mortal Kombat X.
All right, yeah, that works. That works.
Exactly. So, big-ish news. I mean, I don't know, different news is what I would really call it. Um, Apparently, Jason Voorhees is coming to Mortal Kombat X. They brought, Freddy Krueger, so why not Jason? I'm whatever. I mean, I like the Mortal Kombat franchise. I think this is just a money grab. So hopefully people don't have to pay extra for it, but who knows? Maybe they will. Any other? Max?
Yeah, like the guest star in these Mortal Kombat games and stuff they've been doing that for a while now because like they had Yoda in Soul Calibur and you could get Yoda or Darth Vader and they had like they've been doing this guest star stuff for a while now, so whatever, who cares? Yeah, Freddy Krueger was in the other one, so yeah, great, awesome, it's Jason. He's gonna do something crazy and hack somebody out with a machete.
Mike?
Oh man, whatever. Have you seen Jason in those movies? Get ready for the slowest fighter ever. Fight!
He'll soak up the damage though, dude.
He has no run button.
That is true. He'll take a lot of damage. Like fatalities mean nothing to him when he just comes right back. So
if you couldn't fatality Jason, that'd be actually kind of a neat little thing.
yeah. Okay. I mean, cool. I mean, it'd be fun to see.
Dan?
Two things. One, I'm holding out for Ash and Pinhead. Two, will Jason have two machetes now? Since when they made Freddy Krueger, he's got a glove on each hand.
Will he be Jason X Jason? Like all shiny and
yeah.
That would be cool, right?
Because that was a good movie.
Yeah, it was awesome. I love that movie.
I can't say that with a straight face.
I can. The movie was great.
Nice. Yeah. So as far as it goes, to fill you in, he's only going to have one machete. I have seen a little bit of it, and he doesn't actually move slow, and he's not a tank. It's not really truly Jason. It's a character wrapped in Jason. So, scared you a little bit there, Mike?
That gets a solid meh.
Exactly. That's why when I heard that, oh, we got our special character coming out, I was like, oh, who is it? Oh, okay. Moving on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they making a new Injustice game? Because I'm down for that.
Next year. So what they're doing now is they're going to make a Mortal Kombat game every 2 or 3 years, and I think they're trying to do 2. We'll see if it happens. And in the off years that they don't make the Mortal Kombat game, Injustice comes out.
Sweet.
If only they would combine Mortal Kombat in the DC universe.
No!
That would be plausible, right?
Never again.
But I mean, they could do like a Marvel versus Capcom style dealie in the Mortal Kombat world. I mean, like the original Mortal Kombat versus DC was terrible, but like they could do a good one, because obviously the game has got better.
Yeah, I mean they can not alias two hands together as one and have a machete in one and have one empty now.
Now, wasn't Injustice rated T for teen?
Yeah.
So
really good.
That right there, sirs, is why it'll never be together. Because then they would have to tone down Mortal Kombat.
Well, but in the world where Arkham Knight's getting mature, I mean...
Well, I guess that's true. Yeah, if they get over that.
If I hadn't have burned my copy of Mortal Kombat versus DC, I would show it to you right now.
You have the video of you burning the copy? That would be more...
No, I don't.
But, yeah, so we'll see. I'm excited for Mortal Kombat X, which is funny. It's either I'm getting old or they're getting more graphic, because I've actually watched some of the scenes, and I'm like, wow, that is, like, excessively bloody and violent. What's going on here? All right. So that was pretty much news of the week. I'm going to pop into video game news real quick, since I got the mic right now. Battlefield Hardline came out this week. I actually played it. I've played the first 30 minutes of the single player. It's a really good... How to describe it? it's a really good cop game. So you're actually it's not like LA Noire where you're a detective, but in this one it's a first-person shooter, but they actually somewhat reward you. They reward you in a weird way if you actually arrest people and rather than just come up with "Hi, I'm the police" and then shoot them in the face. You can do that. That is an option. Um, you can go GTA style as a cop, but they actually reward you if you arrest people with better weapons, oddly enough. So the more people you arrest, the cooler weapons you get.
What is this game called? Merca?
That would be close. Battlefield Hardline. The newest Battlefield game. I've heard about the multiplayer. I haven't had a chance to play it yet. I've heard the multiplayer isn't plagued like Battlefield 4. The story itself is actually really interesting. Surprisingly, when you watch the prologue of it, it reminds me of like a decent, like, I won't call it like a top 10 tier kind of thing, but like probably like a 7 or an 8 on a scale of like a cop show you would watch from like the 90s kind of deal. And it's actually it's got that NYPD blue kind of feel.
Is Dennis Franz there going, "Ipsha this, you"?
that would be awesome. But
As long as we don't have to look at that bad cop's ass.
Nice, bringing it back. Yeah, no, I haven't ran into that in the first 30 minutes. Can't promise anything. But
it's waiting for you.
It's the special ending.
oh my god, that's wrong on so many levels, Dan. But overall, I would actually recommend it for at least to play the single player. I haven't had a chance for the multiplayer, and if the gunplay works really well. It's a lot of fun. The sounds are great, so I think it would be a good multiplayer. But if you're looking for something kind of different single player, this seems like right down your alley. If you're looking for a traditional Battlefield game, this is down your alley. It's just got more of in the multiplayer, it's cops versus robbers kind of deal. So people are trying to rob banks, and you're the cops, and you're trying to stop them. Obviously, it's not realistic because you're not trying to go and arrest him. You just shoot him.
You shoot him in the face. It's really realistic.
There you go.
Let's not get topical now.
Yeah, that sounded like where we were going. Oh,
Can you
man.
bring down the bank with the rocket launcher?
I don't know. That would be a good test, Dan. I'll let you know.
Because you used to be able to take down, all the buildings with like the tanks and the grenade launchers. I'm just curious if they're still using that.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the destructible environments.
Freeze while I drop this building on you.
It's a quick way to win, isn't it? I mean, you just drop the bank on the robbers.
Yeah, absolutely. I have to agree. Another video game news topic is Nintendo is making smartphone games. Now, before people get too worried, they're only ports of existing games. They're not licensing it out. It's staying internal. It's not going to be like CDI from the 90s where they had horrible Zelda games.
Gosh, I wonder what Ganon's up to.
Hey, princess. Hey.
Hey, I'm awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, sure. I'll let you say that, Max. So I thought that was interesting, considering I remember how many times people kept asking them to make it or port games or port like original Nintendo games, and they were vehemently against it. So we'll see. Supposedly they're going to actually like have a dedicated mobile unit, so that way it actually plays well. It's not, here's the game on your device. Have fun trying to use touchscreen.
So basically, they're trying to make like a Steam overlay to put games on, like their own thing.
That was still unclear in the news article that I saw. It sounds like somewhere in between there, because the other part of the article that I heard was that they were going to come out with a game rental type service or a on-demand type service, kind of like PlayStation Now. So maybe what it'll be is it'll be the same marketplace. You download it from maybe your Android market or from your Apple market, and then that's how you get to the Nintendo games. Supposedly, because they're even looking at PC. Like, that was the other thing that kind of was confusing to me. So I needed more information. I didn't get a chance to deep dive into it to kind of see if are they actually looking at porting these games everywhere, or are they just looking at creating a on-demand type service where it's not being ported, it's actually you go back into the server and you just play from your PC, your phone, or whatever. Which to me, with the old games, that's very doable. I mean, even on a high latency link, I mean, you can buff it up. I mean, because the graphics aren't that heavy or intensive, you can pretty much probably download that game in the time that you're trying to do it. But we'll see. I don't know. I'll have to give you more information when I get a chance. Max, do you have any comic book news for us today?
I don't. You still have some video game news to tell everybody.
Oh, what? You want me to talk about Dragon Age Inquisition?
Yes, I absolutely want you to talk about Dragon Age Inquisition.
Nobody expects the Dragon Age Inquisition.
Go ahead, sir. I'm ready for your report.
My report. Nice. Yeah, so to be honest, it was okay. I mean, it played well. It was a fun game, but it's not my cup of tea. Didn't pull me in. I know Max was severely upset when I told him about this off the air. It reminded me of Mass Effect, which was kind of good, but my problem is it's like I played the original Dragon Age, and I never really got into it, and the gameplay is similar. They've gotten a lot better. The controls are much better. The story's more intriguing. But it's just not my cup of tea. I haven't been able to get into a fantasy RPG for quite some time, honestly. The one I'm looking forward to, though, is Mass Effect 4, or whatever they're going to call it. If they're not going to call it Mass Effect 4, I can't remember if they were trying a different title so people didn't realize it might not be Shepard, because they're going to try and use a different character this time around. Are you happy, Max?
Thank you. Now we can finally let the subject rest, you know? It's weighing everybody down. It was holding us back. But in comic book news, they are releasing a digital-only X-Men 92 comic book. So that's going to be pretty cool. It's going to take you back to the X-Men cartoon, that universe. Yeah, they're going to roll with that for their Secret Wars big event that's coming up. That I hope this is cool. Like, I really want a big event to be cool, but like I'm nervous that it's just gonna be lame. So this could also be lame. They also just recently announced that Peter Parker is getting married again sometime in the Secret Wars. He's gonna get, you know, like him and Mary Jane or yeah, exactly. So.
Well, that was a nice 8-year experiment Joe Quesada tried.
So yeah, they're doing that, but yeah, I'm actually kind of excited to see this digital comic. They said that they're not doing it in print at all, which I think is kind of stupid because I don't know, I'm a print guy, and that's definitely something that I would buy. I would love to have a trade, you know, or hardback copy of something like that. I think that'd be really cool. I mean, if it's good. If it's not good, then I mean I could give a fuck less what you do with it. But you know, you guys may put out a good comic book, and you know, you can make some money off the print. I don't see why you wouldn't do that. That's it. That's all I got. Sorry.
That's all you got? All right. So, all right, to correct my Nintendo news, I wanted to make sure I was 100% correct on it. They actually partnered with Dina, which is a mobile Japanese game maker. I was actually incorrect in the piece of where I said they're going to port games. They're not, which actually scares me more now. They're basically doing what they did back in the 90s, which is licensing this to this mobile company. Yep, and they're going to make supposedly original games using licensed characters for mobile platforms specifically.
DDI Zelda Part 4, yes.
Yes!
It's the game everybody wanted. Or
pretty much
like Hotel Mario 2.
It's not the game you want. It's the game you need right now.
Yes, now go play it and shut up.
So that was interesting. Okay, so Nintendo is that doesn't even make sense. I don't know if I really want to talk about that. Apparently Nintendo is buying a 10% stake in this mobile company. And Dina is buying a 1.24% of Nintendo, which doesn't even make any sense to me. I don't really understand. I'm guessing that's the contract maybe. But what I was talking about is that cross-platform service is what Nintendo and Dina are making, which is going to go on tablets, PCs, and Nintendo's own devices, and it's going to launch this fall of this year. What that means, who knows? Maybe it's the original one. So that's interesting. And to make everyone else feel a little better, I guess, Nintendo said, all right, well, just so you all know, we're developing a new console, and it's codenamed NX. Thank you, have a nice day, drop the mic.
But they're always developing a new console, so they just gave you a code name to shut you up. So good job, Nintendo.
Smart guys. Those Japanese.
Well, they're still supposedly working on that quality of life thing that you've never heard anything about after E3, so I don't know.
Oh, I remember that now. Yeah, I mean, supposedly they're working quite a bit of stuff, but yeah, stuff just gets talked about, and then they like brush it under the rug and go, "What are you talking about? We're not talking about anything."
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all I have. Sorry for the mistakes, but hey, we're making it through. Let's see. I want to say, everyone go check out Mike McG at his channel on YouTube, Mike McG TV at YouTube.com. Mike McG TV. It's at the bottom of your screen for everyone to see, so that way everyone can kind of see it. Yep.
I just put up some reactions to the trailer for that movie Clown and see guaranteed. And there'll be some podcast stuff coming down the line too. So
Awesome, Mike. Thanks. I'm excited. I'm actually excited for the movie Clown. Oddly enough, creeped. Max, did you actually get to watch that trailer that I sent?
Not even anywhere near it. Won't touch that one with a 10-foot pole.
I sent it, and hopefully you wouldn't realize what it was, since all it was trailer for Clown, and maybe you'd give it a try. You didn't click on it. Darn.
No, nope.
All right. So please like us on YouTube if you're enjoying our content. If you have any comments, please share us with them there. If you have any comments, you can comment on YouTube. You can comment on iTunes. We actually have our channel, our podcast up there, as well as our website, which is 3geeks.ninja. It's at the bottom of my screen here. And yeah, but and so if you have any comments, please let us know, and also feel free, if you do watch us live, send in questions and answers, or questions, and we'll try and answer them. Or if you have comments, send in those, and we'll repeat them out loud for us. Appreciate y'all, and thank everyone.
Before we go, I just wanted to let you know that I went to GoGameIsland.com, and I had a very pleasant web experience there.
Good to hear, Max.
For all your video game needs, go to GoGameIsland.com.
That reminds me of the head-on commercial from, 10 years ago? 9 years ago? Good timing, Max, though.
Yeah, definitely. Or you can go to the Game Island at Polaris Fashion Mall in Columbus, Ohio.
There you go. If you're living in Columbus, that's even better. I want to thank everyone. And does anyone have any last minute? Or are we all good? Thumbs up?
Dan.
Yo.
I recently went to the VGMX store on Hard Road, and I had a very pleasant experience.
You mean the VGMX on Hard Road in Columbus, Ohio, Max?
Yes, absolutely.
That can also be reached by going to VGMX.com.
There's a website? I didn't even know. Could you tell me that website one more time, Dan?
The website is www.vgmx.com.
Wow.
If you live in the Columbus area, you can visit our shops. One on Schrock Road and one on Hard Road.
I'm going to
your other video game needs.
I'm going to go to VGMX.com right now.
Alrighty. Thank you all. Have a good night.